Finally, sucks.
There's a lot of Kickstarters launching this season, including today's sponsor, the Global Spirit, created by Beyond the Screen. Launches you with the Spirit Plane to everything, survive, explore, and encounter. This book is what it is.
みんな頑張れよ
I honestly have no idea what to do right now. I could just continue going through the main story, or I can complete any of the sub-quests I've been doing for a while now.
A bunch of minor subclasses, class pictures. I mean, it's just not everything. It's fire. Click that link down. And it's like this deserves some support. It also helps me out. I mean, it's so it's enormously powerful, dangerous foods that can of shapes of foods. And oftentimes they'll are powerful. Ancient lords from the myths, angelic guardians, undying serpents with power.
This dungeon's from 4.
But among the least expected and most unpredictable passers of forgotten realm suffers on the jaws. There is a high-level spell, so common for its level, is listed. Successful tools its called magic bond. To put it simply, so about to some king's estimate. The spell's existence begs the question, why would you access to level 6 spells? Have a lot of options.
I believe the way to get their normal drop is by beating them without using ice. Maybe head binding will help too.
But instead of all that, these guys choose to become part of the team. What makes this spell so interesting is that so much power attached to it, and there are a lot of pieces. As a jar, donate body is catatonic. And other parts stuff. Can't even get your soul by itself. That will keep someone on and garbage. Well, because all power are to steal a body, swapping your soul out of your body. Inside your body.
いや貴様の自由はもらうぞへっへんこいつだ
Once you get home, examine, or utilize it, move up yourself, perspective of then the guy in your body comes from the back. Stay there.
いくよへへ楽勝は
By the body. That and half of the time, and have a body then finally comes to relax.
あら
See it all. Yourself, smile and soft, take a pull out of the bar, back to the smile. Then you're back, all over, not knowing how to do things, and the paramedics come to try to form order in this attempt to form out that you very engaged. Lionel is alive, watching as he grabs the beat underneath my head. Now, the horror of this comes from the question, what kind of person turns himself into a pickle, jar, and is happy to just wait for unknowable amounts of time? Like, after some time, which they identify as the bar, this is probably the least practical. What is oddly used diverse forms. Once the car is safe, and you're good at knowing when to get back a body. 100 bodies, benefiting from the strength of skill those bodies have without earning it. If I were one of these sick bastards, I'd have a week set up, steal a bottle
Garu
for
wa?
like 20 years, and then take myself and a friend out home. I ended up saying my apologies and begging them to take care of my most prized. We're jumping off and swapping souls. They just fall in the next 6 seconds of life. Screaming as I use my jar power to possess the guy that I brought up. We'll think about these spells, whoever you target to possess.
Nice.
We'll see. Since you retain your charm and knowledge, you can try to pick up like charismatic brutes, making it easier to see stronger bodies and branding out on your staff. I would say, don't do that. Players won't consider spell. For the crossings of player, stuff, destroy the scroll, what more true also,
いや
something later,
援護します
don't faith in long spell, a more effective, but characters are the mind. Just know that it's something you can spend on or grow up, so just
いやはあ痛そうですねさあ壊してあげる やっと最後ねよっしゃ
Of the water.
Yes, welcome back to another special Ultimate video.
何
Single character specialist in terms of how cheesy they are or how honest they are. Now, my prediction is going to make this into like the top 5, top 10, not like the top 10 cheesiest characters. But I actually think that to do this more every and this is one of these voice over. Certain characters are either honest, dishonest, by bond, that's the aims for them, and it's very obnoxious to deal with in the sense of, oh, you have to be careful about this. Because if you don't, then you might be cheesy. It's not really to make a step and say, yeah, I thought about doing this, do this for that. And also, see, because by the time you see this, I'm like, I'm going to Japan, I decided and I had to get something for
Just remember, we got some new badges.
They're straight out, but you see is what you can. You can't expect it. Two birds can do that well, and probably resemble cheese. It is more of a personal thing, not so much like the target.
Whoa.
My wire these characters are, for the most part, honest. They don't have one or two things I've done that they use in certain circumstances. disproportionately important, but for the most part, you can expect them to, like, for two
Interesting.
have jaywalkers who kind of know, where it's like, maybe definitely something that not super cheesy and but overall it's still pretty tolerable. They have definitely spoken 7-Eleven. These characters have a general game plan of playing straightforward, but they also have situations where consistently affected by RPG strategies. So I guess
I can't move on them, but the game considers walls I can't get past.
last but not least,
But they aren't drawn as walls, so
by RPGs beyond that. There's a number of flashes. So the 5 years before today, welcome to the choices from the I guess because it's a RPG characters will be biased to like these characters who are honest, they're not it's actually cheesy. Like it's a so just grab a snack, start talking trash about it. Before we get started on this, shout out to the city response. G2 is a platform that allows you to purchase food and other software at discounted prices. For example, Steam is a large to buy the platform right now the stock foods for Helldivers, 10, Warhammer, etc. And you can also get discounts for components as well, I guess. And a bunch of other super cheap like components and software license fees and so on. But pretty much anything digital or software related, find here. Right now they're listed in Spring City and discounts on products, license such as license or to buy some like this sometimes it's fine in the description below and choose to go G2 instead. I'll check out for more discounts. Thanks again to G2 for sponsoring them. Before that, let's get back to some cheesy characters. This character from the Banjo, I'm
interesting. It's considered a key item.
joke. Lies about the GSP online. That is standard despite its success. It's interesting because he kind of has no choice but to cheese Banjo can. Honestly, but yeah, last time, not the matchup. It's more significant.
Oh my god, are these the only guys I can fight?
But Bayonetta, Sage, so, actually, for example, What are cheesy things? I need to
Oh, hello.
What's your greatest satisfaction? But usually, now especially, special question.
Last time, we kinda didn't have a choice but to commit genocide on your folk. I hope we can settle things more amicably this time around, with a whole lot less violence.
At 30, and sort of stage, and just like you, and score.
It wouldn't be inappropriate to say, is it too late not to say sorry, though? Because with how many we killed, I don't know, I wouldn't forgive myself either. They gave good XP, alright? Anything easy enough to avoid? Shit. Alright, finally. Oh boy, Venom Shrooms. We're this late into the game.
Has to be a snack.
いや貴様の自由をもらうぞ。いけ。勝ちね。
Outside and I'm down there. It's like, wow, it's not insulting. It's like, that's nice as it was. It's still not, BTI chat. On the stage and people who like to decide to here's this. So, okay, but one, two, it's like, show up and shorter, like, it's just tired,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
お前たちも
hello.
来たのか。
cheesy.
一つ情報をあげよう。どうやらこの洞窟には私たちを嫌う者がいるようだ。
Why is every scene he's voice acted?
もちろん魔物のことではないよ。もっと知的な存在だ。ひょっとしてお前たちはもう出会っているのかな。ともかくここは今までとは違う。 気をつけていくんだな。
Since when was a labyrinth ever ordinary, Blot? That's pretty advice, but it's mostly pointless. Maybe we get an ability to walk through water or something at some point. So a lot of the dungeon is kind of blocked out right now. I am a bit happy. This dungeon is likely going to be your typical 3-floor scheme. Ooh. Oh, hello. It's a big booby lady. Here ya go. Took you long enough. I was hoping I'd get to explore this cave before you would I was hoping I'd get to explore this cave before you and get ahead of the competition. However, it looks like I failed. There's something blocking the path ahead. But maybe you can do something about it.
そうね。
I made up my mind. Yuri Guild, what if I join you? I'll help you up until we get out of this cave. Of course, you'll have my thanks as well. You're helpful? Sure.
ありがとう。
It's not like I have any party members that do additional stuffs, summons. Alright, let's go. I'm sure you'll be able to find a way through. Alright. Alright, yep, that settles it. She's a farmer. Disguised as a sovereign. Or maybe she subclasses into both. I literally don't have to worry about TP anymore. Let me do something real quick. How does this work? Ah. I have no idea what the secrets look like, that's why. And I haven't found any secret paths for quite a while, so.
Nani?
Ah! Bonk. We should attach it to a handle. Damn. As it so happens, Enrico, we sure did have a way. Oh, slippery. Apparently, I was supposed to be using the pale red color. I see, so that's the gimmick here, huh? Oh boy. Lighting puzzles are the fucking worst. Oh wow, it affected a whole lot of the area. Oh, even the enemies have changed. This is a nice guy now. Advance the way to go. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot this guy's weak fire. Why aren't the venom tubes exploding into poison when I kill them? I can be as reckless as I want with my TP. I do have simple scopes. I still kinda wanna switch the party up.
As far as
いらっしゃい。どうぞ。
it's kind of outside of the explanation. John don't use his access to himself. Well, it's the same conservative.
Who I use? Olin Melly's team
Dark Pit.
is
Used to myself as more serious than I have. First of all, regarding orphans, we have an air mission. What was the one that I wanted? We want to see each other missions. These guys have shield challenges that honest. They don't have a disadvantage in the sense that like this is other than we can't continue.
I'm gonna roll dice for it. A 4-sided die, since I'm ignoring Party 1 and Party 6.
Plus, I guess not so much hit the target. The shot dart can kill you at 60.
Alright, apparently the dice wants me to play V3
Say that.
and friends.
Just that changes for you.
I feel like that's fucking boring.
There's still so much. But like Negra here, it's really hard to just have to turn on the shield. It's difficult. At the same time though, it's like shield up. It's a little bit just think that like very much scared of still months in the sense that yeah.
A team that doesn't have a lot of TP sustainability.
Just really zero very shield. Right? Sword here is like plasma explosions from the very essence of death itself. Actually, like attack. It's something you can't do. She expected to help. Being on to it's like well, I don't have pursuing to shield. I need that you.
誰を呼びますか？
Failed team is probably a choice too, but I've been using this team quite a lot as of late. That's literally the only reason I don't like playing them.
Yes, you are definitely one of the easier characters out there. It's respectable.
Plus, it feels very weak.
It's fun to watch the kid who's just one shot. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's pretty honest. Like, not caring about recovery, you're not going to be shot. Also, which is ordinarily else in the sense
This
that
isn't the same ever since I decided to, and holy shit, look how much attack she has!
you have to just
Kiosk is still so good for attacking!
fun and not to like just after Mario said it's a very hard hit. Does a lot of damage. But I don't that does it is going to kind of just mess it up. So it's a similar problem. It's just a lot of supply since the parties and dark parts more scary. But that's how I see he has explosive attacks. But Sticky and Secrets in the chat just show Secrets of something like that. Choose that. Straightforward characters. Say straightforward. That would that is kind of easier. But my friend one more that here is because donuts are very constant. But yeah. They have to just slowly chill it, then eventually go for it. It's like just walking specifically. Which actually has this skill. And what was on is not the test mode. Right. But that's not the same as try shot up. But yeah. Easy. Frustrating to fight. But exciting. 60 this is 40.
Why not?
どうぞ。
That was good. This right here, having shots. That is hitting. So it's up. I think that take that task on choose when you pass the stage and control. Nice one, just two frame. Just trying to get inside of the plot that was not all that was just the back of the spaces are. So that it's this to offset their from it's two cheese themselves that offset their. That being said, I think all the rest of it is cheap and see all especially
いってらっしゃい。
lots of super especially top players. That's together. I should have shield super and I but also self like this way.
何にするのじゃ
Don't see with air cross smash on the
何にするのじ
Oh,
ゃ
damn.
title doesn't have just like stuff to or just speed plan. Just have the speed like speed and expensive one. Actually, to consider costs, right? Very hard. Costs. But tired of this.
何を売るのじゃ？
Certain part of that just died. So just legible. Picking up cutting this one and something strong like fastest. Issue for smash it all up into something that also works once and watching that. Sure.
何にするのじゃ？ 何にするのじゃ？
Yes, this is very strong. This is all. That's the
装備を変えるのかよ？装備を変えるのかよ？ 何にするのじゃ？ 装備を変えるのかよ？
Some people consider themselves children expected to follow this like I shall sure that
何にするのじゃ？
or that
家事をするんじゃな。
what were
装備を変えるのかよ？
you guys to use this to I understand that that's the whole extra light. She extra light is just kind of like stage scared design. Control strong response that check that is my mentions. So this is like
Jeez.
now as far as like and here, two characters are seems to be just that. It's like it's the at all. photo. All contrast that. That's true. She's very dishonest. All the same. That's like the same. Nothing else. It's a very dishonest. And she's that. It's pretty dishonest stuff. Yeah. It's very kind of fun. That she can take. So something fun. It's super honest. That's scary. That's how it's really school. That's good. I think that it's like a lot to like especially no fashion. But it's okay. That's the setup of the school. At the school, it's my gosh, that's no, I think trick is not too good. Like, so just it's very dishonest. Watch this on that. It's an honest character. Everywhere else, but that man, she's super on the box. And I don't know, honestly, that's what her something personal. She's there, right? And I saw my stuff that I'm not serious about at the same time. It's all crazy. It's just pretty better. Why? It's not fine. It's just a bad extension of it. That's just fun. Life's great. That's something more than one. Jeez. So that's fuck you. That's worse because I will not, so I'm not better because right, stuff. Oh yeah, funny. It's funny. Smash. And that's the cheese. It's like that. So how it sounds. That's like see it? Oh, just see it. Oh, cheese. Yeah, and that. All intents and purposes, so that our giants must but this is like once in a while, it's not more. Here. Take this thing. Fine. Let's take this one. Stay. Fine. Down. Shield. She's like, but it's pretty fighting. And here, that's it. It's cheese. It's not shot. It's like, it's all down. Last thing is, it's like that. Like it's frustrating. And you're not here. And it's like it's like experience. And
装備を変えるのかよ。
choose part.
さ さてさ、家事をするんじゃな。さてさて、何を売るのじゃ？さてさて、何のご用かの？どうするのじゃ？さてさて、銭を貯めたらまた来るのだぞ。あ、また来たな。どこにしまったかな。なんだっけ。みんな頑張れよ。おお、装備を変えるのかや。どうするのじゃ？装備を変えるのかや？
cheese, large cheese, very much cheese, actually, cheese is just that's not how, but cheese like draws our back, eventually to the sword, not consistent. It's good. I want that to.
なんじゃ？ 取引成立じゃん。毎度ありっちゃ。あ、また来たな。なんだっけ。どこにしまったかな。Nice factory. I should try it. Cheesy. Yes, it's nice. And 気をつけていくんだぞ。おお、家事をするんじゃな。家事をするんじゃな。銭を貯めたらまた来るのだぞ。
いらっしゃい。
If I can't my thoughts too far apart from each other. They're much more similar. They're not here, that's what's driving us. That's the game wants too much. And I'm just
どうぞ。
I don't want you to do situations. So it's just she does it. We just talk about it. Jesus. Customers, that's not it. It's about your day.
気をつけるんだよ。
We're several other situations.
お主たちか。冷やかしは許さぬぞ。銭を貯めたらまた来るのだぞ。
どうしたのかね。 どうぞ。
She doesn't have it. She used to practice her speed. She doesn't have damage. So she
いってらっしゃい。
obviously pretty much she used the DK.
おや、
She
君たち最近冷たくない？
she I think so. I don't know.
お主と何を売るのじゃ？鳥何を売るのじゃ？なんじゃ？
Just take your time. Soft. She's nice, so every time. It's gonna be sure I can see that. Lost some. And
さて何にするのじゃ？何にするのじゃ？なんじゃ？何を売るのじゃ？銭を貯めたらまた来るのだぞ。
待っていたぞ。気をつけていけよ。いらっしゃい。
It's actually Vale's team that has the lowest amount of overall levels. Interesting. Look how strong everyone here is. I guess this team has a few weaklings. Miara's pretty weak here. Dead, I guess.
どうぞ。誰を呼びますか？気をつけるんだよ。
お主たちか。冷やかしはさてさて何の御用かの？銭を貯めておるのか？
おや、君たちどうするのかな？最近冷たくない？
Do I have to talk?
あ、また来たな。おお。サンキュー。決まったらみんな頑張れよ。
おや、君たちおや、何を報告するんだい？ それじゃ聞かせてくれる？うん。だーだ
まだまだ強くなるわ。
I'm kind of curious how much they give now.
これにするんだね。んだ
Except just this once.
んこれにするん
Grinding
だね。
sucks. If I ever do want to play this game again on heroic difficulty on like an emulator, I can play it at school or something. I'm still probably gonna use the DLC, but I'm gonna try to limit how much I use these infinite money and XP quests.
それじゃ頼んだよ。
よし。
Why doesn't she have HP up? Warrior might be a good idea. Try getting. Why not?
覚えたわ。
I should invest a little bit more on rapid fire. It's the gunner's next best skill. The charge shot for single target damage. If you don't want to risk or spend the time doing quick shot. Do you want to be a quick shot? I feel like I'm forgetting something still.
いいわ。同行してあげる。
This is how it's gonna be. my joystick feels weird. Feels so sluggish to move up. Every other direction seems fine. Well, I won't be using it much anyhow, I suppose. Hopefully.
何？
Ah, right.
?効果時間終了よ。ん？何？負けないでよ。見せてやる。
There you
当たり前ね。
go. Okay, that was the new drop.
嫌な予感。
Interesting.
気をつけなさい。見せてやる。
Yeah, I'm not feeling very confident. We're running.
グーッと。
Right, I was gonna ask if Enrico was in the team or not. Good job finding it mid-skate.
Today we have another. In this video, we're talking about just reptilian seasons. And in turn, two stages of the young for Susie introduced results in a common threats. All transgressions that Susie has made. Why was Susie so angry? Does she have a children? I'm going to teach you how to children. The dive into the realm of child psychology. But first, a big disclaimer. I am not a child psychologist. I do not have a degree in child psychology, nor do I claim to be an expert in the field. I have done a considerable amount of research about the causes of bullying between adolescents in preparation for this video. Psychology is a scientific discipline that studies mental states, processes, and behavior in humans and non-humans. To properly understand Susie's anger, first establish her behavioral habits. Then you can find her emotional triggers. Number 1, Susie is impulsive. Number 2, Susie has self-esteem issues. Susie has been known to project onto others. Number 4, Susie has violent tendencies. Okay, so what drives Susie to act impulsive? Impulsiveness can be attributed to many things, such as mental illness, lack of structure or discipline, but impulsiveness can also be a learning trait. Causes of children. One of the reasons that struck me were that it also can be a trait from family. It has been heavily theorized ever since the release of Chapter 1 that Susie suffers from a broken home life. We don't see her home in the town, nor even know if she really has one. Children pick up all kinds of things from their parents or guardians, including behavioral habits. If she is so quick to turn to violence towards people who are against her in the dark world and willing to assault Chris when no one's around, then we could assume that someone else threatens or assaults her in private as well. I told you this was going to be a serious video topic. Only getting started, so settle in. Now let's talk about Susie's proposed self-esteem issues. At the beginning of Chapter 2, Noelle asks Susie to come study with her. Susie is completely shocked by this and openly states that if they did study together, Noelle would likely fail. Also, we can pair that with Susie being absolutely oblivious to the fact that Noelle has a crush on her. Low self-esteem is also a developmental flaw, something that is reinforced by people around you. At some point in Susie's life, constantly, she didn't get the emotional support that she needed until in her mind she doesn't feel like she is worth the support. Susie is known to project onto others. This idea is supported in Lisa Duncan in Chapter 2, a very well-hidden dialogue that you see if you look at Chris's room and then try to repeat before looking at Susie's. Susie accuses Chris of stealing cake when that Rousey summons
Go for it.
through his cauldron. Susie slurps it up all for herself. Rousey identifies the fact that Susie is projecting onto Chris. Another piece of evidence that supports this comes from the charity bowl expansion sweepstakes. You remember that? Good times, good times. In the most interesting parts, also one that spawned my first ever theory about Deltarune, Susie becomes angry with Chris, which prompts her to say, "One day your mom's gonna get sick of me." Everyone, myself included, deduced that she was projecting. In this instance, if you by chance want to see my 2 theories about what he said to Susie, then are in the description. More importantly, in the description is someone by the name of JQR that has made actual pixel art animations based on all of the pieces of text that were released during the expansion sweepstakes. Do consider checking out their channel, link in the description. And finally, we have the symptom of Susie having violent tendencies. This doesn't even example, we see Susie from the very beginning easily becoming angry, choosing to violently attack people in her way. She doesn't cause any permanent damage, and after being met with someone who genuinely seeks to support her and be her friend Lancer, she stops. She chooses mercy. She can't bring herself to hurt Lancer when before she would hesitate to abuse Lancer or Chris. Let's take a quick second to talk about Chris. In Noelle's words, she really hates Chris. This is most likely to imply that Susie routinely chooses Chris as her main target. It is actually quite common for us to choose a favorite victim, so to speak, for lack of a better phrase. This typically turns out to be the more quiet one, the one who is least likely to protest the treatment. So is it just circumstance as to why Susie has chosen Chris as her main target? Could it be because Susie just hates humans? Well, after analyzing the 2 specific moments that we know of, Chris was bullied by Susie, I have noticed some recurring themes. For one, she is threatening to bite Chris with her teeth. Interestingly enough, biting is actually something that children are known to do at times. Lack of impulse control, frustration stemming from the ability to process strong emotions, might cause you to bite and anger. However, I would mention that Susie never actually bites anyone. She just threatens herself. Another recurring theme is the mentioning of Chris's mother, Toriel. In Chapter 2, we see that Susie actually knows a good bit about Toriel. So, she seems to be very respectful, calling her man and such. Typically, when movies mention someone else's mother, it's in a negative connotation. Here, Susie speaks very highly of Toriel. The projecting statement seems to imply a hint of jealousy from Susie, which leads me to question, what is Susie's relationship with her mother? Obviously, something like this we can only assume, but if we pay close attention to all of Susie's actions, I believe using psychology, we can make a pretty good assumption. One would hope that Susie and her mother are very close. After all, reptiles are some of the best mothers in the entire animal kingdom. Speaking of reptile mothers, when reptiles have babies, well,
Ah!
for example, most can have anywhere from 7 to 60 eggs, depending on the species. Yet, Susie doesn't have a single sibling to speak of. That we know of. What if Susie, in fact, does have siblings? What if Susie has several siblings? This whole time, people were assuming that Susie was an only child with use of parents. What if Susie has perfectly fine parents? She just has a lot of very younger siblings that we just haven't seen yet. So you may be asking yourself why this even matters. You see, if this theory is true, then it would explain everything. In 2016, the University of Houston conducted research surrounding the negative effects of having parents. They concluded that as the number of children went up, the investment of the parents decreased. This would include cognitive development, overall time spent with children, affection, and just overall resources and this would mean that Susie doesn't get the support she needs to properly grow. Violent siblings end up getting more attention, so she learns to act more aggressively. She never learns how to properly process her emotions because there's just too many voices around her. She can't get a word in. You know that Susie, while being a monster, is love for tiny. You assume that the biology would even be remotely similar. Susie would have a large amount of siblings. Imagine yourself for a second. Put yourself into Susie's shoes. You're a monster. You come from a massive monster family. Your parents do everything they can to provide for you. So many kids to feed, barely get any, so you have to resort to sneaking chalk at school because you're constantly hungry. Your parents are more than happy to give you love and attention, but because there's so many other siblings around you also gunning for attention, you can't even get a word in. Your parents barely talk to you, so when you see someone else who refuses to speak, it makes you upset because it only reminds you of the love your parents never had the ability to give you. Not only that, there's this human who goes to the same school as you. They sleep through almost every single class, but still manage to maintain number 3 spot in class grades, while you are stuck at the bottom. Every day, this human gets to be driven to school by their mother, and you have to walk, and their mother cares about them so much that they can't inside. It's not fair. It's not fair. Why can't I have a good mom like this? Why does nobody care about me? This has got to be one of my favorite things in the entire game so far. This is also one of the main reasons I will never believe Chris's evil theory. This isn't the player's influence. If we were to take all of Toby Fox's world releases seriously,
I believe I
can
should
make an assumption. This is Chris themselves saving Susie. Even with the soul still within them, they fight through its influence and move to protect Susie. Why did Chris do this? Because whether Susie knows it or not, Chris understands her completely. Look at Chris's room. It's a shared room with their brother Asriel. Asriel is the talk of the temple. He has so many awards. Everyone knows Toriel and Asgore absolutely love Chris. But how could they ever give their adopted human child the same amount of attention they give their actual monster son, Asriel? Toriel didn't even know anything about raising a human. She had to read and study how to take care of one. And even still, she probably doesn't understand. Chris has been known to disappear for periods of time on end, and Toriel just thinks it's something normal that Chris does from time to time. Chris, throughout their entire life, has lived inside the loving shadow of Asriel. Remember why Chris was so quiet? He showed up probably because Asriel was so outgoing and talkative, so caring. Chris never got over it. Chris never received the attention they needed from their parents. That's why they understand Susie. That's why they don't mind if Susie picks on them from time to time. That's why Chris is never afraid of Susie, because deep down, Chris understands that they are birds of a feather. This moment in particular is actually very important. Susie and her growth. It's at this very cutscene where after Chris saves her, she stops hiding her eyes and her hair. From here on out, we see Susie continue to change. She solves the puzzles faster than Berkeley, showing she's getting more confident. She asks Rouse to teach her how to heal people, showing that she is more willing to ask for help, because now she can get that help. She springs into action when Noelle is captured. She supports Chris because she knows they will support her. She finally understands what it means to be a friend. Susie is a very complex character. It's one of the reasons she's one of my favorites.
Hey, so I meant to ask, but I forgot. But big movie princess lady, have you by chance seen some plant people during your time here?
I can't wait to see how she continues to learn. Maybe in the future she'll use what she has learned to help others. We'll just have to wait and find out. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.
From what I can tell, you just need to find that thingamabobber and the entire floor gets warmer. I don't think the simple scope shows. Where I can find those places. But either way, we're moving forward. One way or another.
効果が切れたようね。
At the Royal Armories Collection in the UK stands a very unusual suit of armor, a masterwork of Tudor design. Its overlapping plates offer full protection as well as free movement. Flared waves guard the beach joints, and even the feet are articulated. It is for a man 6 foot 2 inches tall. 500 years ago, a team of armorers in Greenwich assembled with careful precision. For when the man stepped onto the tournament field, he must not be injured. For this armor was custom made for Henry VIII. By the grace of God, King of England, France, and Ireland. And he would be fighting in the foot combat at the Field of the Cloth of Gold.
I already watched this.
See, O goddess, the anger of Achilles, and the ambition of Schliemann.
Holy guacamole.
Eh,
Someone's calling for help. It's a very old language. It's long since been forgotten. Whoever it is, they need help. You can understand them? Also, the people of Etria understood them just fine. I told them we'll be right here. Okay, you're a linguist expert apparently, huh?
嫌な予感。さて。やったわ、新種よ。
Penny.
ちょっと、何するのよ。
This series is brought to you by the Total War Saga Ultra, a brand new strategy game which dives into the legendary conflict between the kingdoms of Troy and Mycenaean Greece. Stick around until after the episode to learn how you can get the game for free. A mountain ships sail into the wide Park Sea. They are heading for Troy, across the Aegean and up the coast of Carthage. For 10 years, they were camped there, sieging the great city, never winning, but never being driven back to the city. Even their land was filled with tragedy, for the first to set foot on the Trojan sword was fated to be the first to die. None would even get off their ships until Odysseus left from the decks to land on his shield and let the men who followed him on deck. For years, while Troy itself stood impregnable, the mightiest of the Greeks, Achilles, laid waste to the countryside, seizing town after town, island after island, with any place not guarded by Troy's high walls, and the wonder of things was not limited to gold and silver only. Oh, no. Captives and slaves or ransom were also one of the spoils of the war. But Achilles very dangerous, doubtful, and Greeks. His was the beauty of sex, and overall, he had squirrel. In a venture of rage, Achilles said that he and his men would no longer fight for the Greeks, so they sat in their tents as a great battle ensued. At first, the Greeks gained ground, pushing the Trojans almost to the walls of the city, but then the Trojans rallied and forced the Greeks back and back. Eventually, they were on the verge of overrunning the Greek camp of burning boats that were the only way the Greeks had to ever get back home. The Greeks begged Achilles to rejoin the battle, but he, still enraged, refused. So the Trojans, the young comrade and partner of Achilles, donned Achilles' armor and strode into battle itself. All was the mighty Achilles, and the Trojans fell back. But even as the Greek forces charged the very walls of Troy, they were struck and another tragedy. For Achilles himself was slain. Now bursting with rage of which even today we say took up his arms forward by the very gods of the and he became an avatar of the sun. The Trojans fled to their city, but their prince was caught outside the great walls. His name is Hector, and covered in the gore of Achilles has trapped him. Hector makes a spear, but it lodges in Achilles' shield. He just shoves it up. So the last prince of Troy offers up one final prayer. A sword and Hector.
まだいけるな。
But it's some great ash of all that even men to come will hero throughout the ages. Like the speed of Superman, he falls with Achilles, up into his chariot, and drags the body before the Trojan falls. But Achilles' blood will be read as well. For killed many more of the defenders of Troy. He was at last slain when an arrow pierced his heel. And so the battle was at a standstill. Until at last, the ever-crafty Odysseus offered up a plan. It was a desperate gamble, but it had been 10 years, and the men all firm. So, he offered them one final chance at victory. They would build a great horse of wood, and leave it for the Trojans as a surrender offer, and then burn their king and set off to home. But this would be no true surrender, for their ships would wait at a nearby island, and inside the horse would hide a small, empty fen. Once the Trojans had brought the horse inside their walls, at midnight, the men would slip out of the horse's belly and fling over the gates, and they returned. Greeks, desperate,
大丈夫か？
and in turn, the Trojans saw the vision and brought the horse into the city. They spent the last night in a great celebration and battle, but when midnight came, the Greeks were upon them, and at last, Troy fell. Of course, that's all just a matter. So, until 1871, a Roman son in Anatolia, an eccentric German, is fixated with the idea of fighting Troy. His name is Heinrich Schliemann, and there's really no other way to put this. It's the wildest sort of thing. During the Second War, he heard the voice of Solomon and made him. He purchased land in Indiana for 3 months, just so he could fight there to make it easier for him to divorce his wife. During the California Gold Rush, he set up a map that Rothschilds mentioned that all of his gold debris were a little short. He said, "Oh."
やったわね。
And then landed back to Europe. He published a quote first-hand account of the San Francisco fire while in Sacramento. And he said he acquired U.S. citizenship the day California became a state, though he was actually in St. Petersburg at the time. Most importantly, he was rich enough to retire at 36. He was also fascinated by the stories of ancient Greece he had read as a boy. Now, how sense are we talking here? Well, let's just say he named his kids Andromache and Megamon. Oh yeah, he was that type of. So off he went to Anatolia, where Troy was.
Why is my sister named Rose?
Stand back. You have to understand one of the great leaps forward in archaeology. Somewhere between the late 18th and early 19th century, someone got around to asking, why are there all these little pyramids in Greece and the Middle East? Then realized the reason was that they were actually the ruins of ancient cities. Now today, we call these hotels, and they're basically made by human beings living on a spot for hundreds or thousands of years. Human garbage, especially mud bricks, slowly raised the surface level of an area. Couple that with the fact that many of these early settlements were built on small rises for defensive purposes anyway, and these maps turned out to be a great indicator of where an ancient city might be, along with its treasure. And
嫌な予感。
treasure so much, they started digging up the pyramids. And thus archaeology explored. Okay, I get it. Really, it's not that far off, especially in Schliemann's case. So, armed with only vague hints from ancient stories and some conjecture, he started digging. Basically every hill he could find in the region, but no luck. Then he ran into an Englishman named Frank Calvert, and Frank was pretty sure he knew where Troy was, because he had bought. Yeah, it was on his estate. Of course, though, he wasn't rich, and really didn't have the money to excavate it himself, so he and Schliemann came to a deal. He would let Schliemann dig on his land, so long as Schliemann cut him in on the fines. So Schliemann hired 100 or so local laborers, broke out the pickaxes and shovels, and went to town on a mountain called Pissarro. At first, nothing, but then slowly, ruins started to emerge. Was this it? Was this Troy? It just might be. But then, the twist. As the workers continued to dig, they found a second city below the ruins of the first. Ancient site built on ancient site. This must be a pretty important location. It's gotta be Troy. Schwaben knew he found it, but it must be at the bottom. Troy was one of the oldest cities after all, so logically it would be buried on the town. Look down, show those woods, it's time for the double. Archaeology.
Bruh.
It is exciting. Schwaben used my modern archaeological method of blowing the living daylight out of the site with TNT. In fact, one archaeologist would later say he did more damage to Troy than he ever could. But he did get like one of the most loves, and they glinting in the ground was something gold. He dismissed the workers and brought them his wife. Then they carefully, meticulously excavated this part themselves, and wrapped in her shawl, they carried away Rhea's treasures, the artifacts of the last Trojan king. You know, at least that's what Schwaben told us. His wife had actually been around 1,000 miles away from Athens, but blowing up all those lakes had been worth it. He indisputably found Troy there on the lowest level. So, except Troy was actually 5 levels up. The artifacts he found about 1,000 years too old, and he looked right through the over in Troy trying to get to them. But all that press did get the Ottoman government.
Bruh. What? I am so upset at him right now.
Which lasts all the way to today, due to Schwaben probably smuggling out of the country because, of course, he did. For all that, though, most modern scholars now seem to agree that he, or rather Ray Elton, got the location right. And then, on level 6 or 7, lies the site of Rhea Troy. So does that mean the stories of the Trojan War are true? Not by a long shot. But there probably was a historical war fought somewhere. Did it include 1,000 ships? Seems unlikely. Did have gods flying around in big fake horses to end the fate? Probably not. But Troy probably did exist, and probably was really razed to the ground. So with all that in mind, what would that war be? Well, join us in a few weeks as we delve into how the Bronze Age War really worked, and the sometimes hilarious errors that overlay describing it. I'm not gonna lie, I've been incredibly psyched about a total Saga Troy since it was first announced, and with this being the first time viewing set in the Bronze Age Mediterranean, exploring all 10 years of the Trojan War, perspectives of the Trojans and the Greeks, I'm pretty much over on the list that they're sponsoring this episode. Not only is the game a blend of grand turn-based empire management and spectacular real-time battles, but also a little deceptive. It uses the history of the war with exciting new takes on the mythology of the period. Sup, Minotaur? Plus with a huge campaign map spanning 200 settlements and 8 playable heroes, including Hector and Achilles. Playing this game might be super jealous. And he was thinking, the most mind-blowing of all, you can get a Total War Saga Troy absolutely free on the day of its release, August 13th, 2020, via the link below. Of course, if you're watching this before then, you can always use the link to add the game to your wishlist, and you'll be on the map with Guild But hello there, I'm Enzion Turk, Alicia Randall, Casey Houston, Dominic, Lenciana McGovern, Lucas Kyle, Murgatroyd, and Ogre Slut. Thanks so much for being legendary agents.
Good job, Iyas. I didn't expect you to be this clumsy. Front command kinda useless. The main damage dealers in this team are the people behind.
Fearless Achilles comes up before the Trojan line, his bright chariot cracking of light Trojan soil. His wheels, indomitable in his machine of war, how could any stand before him? Mind waits and begins to flee. Achilles' chariot comes closer, closer, then
イエスやったー
sword. Wait, what? This series is brought to you by Antonio Troy, the brand
What do you know?
which ties into the legendary link between Indy and Troy in my city. Please stick around until after the episode to learn how you. Or in the late Bronze Age was
いらっしゃい。
island and very
どうぞ。誰を呼びますか？
Favorites of classical Greece, marching rigidly to war. Now, he was something different, something. But, so let's try to imagine in control. It was major kings, long before the Greek republics were formed. The field is dusty and rocky, with low scrub and small trees, and it's hot. Blazing Anatolian hot. And in this heat stand thousands of men. Some of them wear green suits of bronze plate mail, some of them wear shimmering scale. Being of sweat, fear, and tension fills the air. Each group is centered around the local king, waiting for him to sing the charm. It's an army of heavy infantry, heavily armed in armor. There is no mighty host of cavalry, no wings and chariots, just a few thin parts to transport and messages. A shout comes down. The Trojans smoke out. The men set their shields, while bands of archers, javelin, and slingers who stand behind them start to loose fences. Then, after all the ball changes and start to charge. The two sides slam into each other with unbridled force, and it becomes a chaotic melee of spear tips and slashing swords. Each man carries a large shield and curves in on each side so he can cover his body and still thrust the spear from behind him. The world shrinks into dust. Bring up metal on metal in the screams of the time. Even though these are highly disciplined or it becomes the band of men you came with fighting destiny against whoever happened to charge you. And there, fully formed together, is your Lord. Your commander, never splendid in armor, identifiable from all the rest, even if it means blind. And perhaps your commander calls out in the midst of this chaos, the duel ensues, sword on sword, shield on shield, and everyone knows not to interrupt, even though it's never spoken. And like one of their side, because in these battles, and on this field, and if one side runs, the other will chase them to man. Not much of that is conjecture, pieced together from the archaeological records we have, and the few sources that describe it. And one of those principal sources we have is Homer. But what is fact and what is fiction? Well, this is a question that's like us. Because some of it is really fact, or at least a pretty good range. Maybe that thing about people popping up with chariots to fight at the beginning of this episode is true. But also, it's kind of shocking that Homer got right, because Greeks in his time really used chariots. Also, I mean, who would ever think chariots were used in the war? Well, you see, Greece is theory place for horses, and even less so for chariots. For a chariot to be effective, that you're bringing them into people who are using them as a mobile weapon. You need pretty flat open ground. Greece is all mountains and smooth plains, so chariots just didn't
いってらっしゃい。
fair that they did in, say, Egypt. The Greek war chariots
Well,
at the time
君たち
were used more like glorified taxis than anything. Basically, they were there to get Greek heroes wherever they were. Hurry, and to get them out again, if things went south. Now, Homer in Belgium, it described the chariot. That these ultralight chariots were actually. It's remarkable that he gets this. Well, since his tales were written down 600 years after the event. Right. And by the time Greeks were really chariots, but then other things involved are just plain wrong. Like basically everybody getting a funeral pyre and killing. But that tradition wouldn't evolve for hundreds of years. Mycenaeans were famous for their elaborate rings. And there's also some later evidence. There are a few places that he forgets that this is the bronze, and just using iron to make a possibility. This particular.
それじゃ聞かせてくれる
To make things more complex, there's also a ton of stuff that could be. For example, Odysseus is a
じゃあ
spy
受け取ってよ
skeleton, and this is like it's the increase of the Greek civilization through islands. It's this very cool
どうするのかな
covered iron. And you could
おや
take out like
何をそれじゃ聞かせてん
so we have it in stats. If you could afford to win that, and you were probably selling.
どれにすっか決まった俺にするんだ
They
ね
had started to disappear from Greece by consequence. So when one of the commanders Trojan actually had shown up in one of these things, I mean, Jack Churchill did show up too with the longbow. Awesome. And it's more of a
どうするのかな。これにするんだね。あ、また来たね。
Bullets had burning these animals while they were super cool. And gave their favorite hero one, even though he got 100,000 years. Which makes this one of the biggest investments over. Okay, here's the trophy. Because through the killing, we get a catalog of ships that tells us exactly how many vessels each form. In total, he says that we sent a fleet of 1,186 ships to sail shore, which adds up to
どうするのか。それじゃ頼んだよ。
and famously, the siege of
お
Troy
主たちか。
years.
いや、何を売るのじゃ。
2,000 men and years. Even if they're given positive,
取引、何を売るのじゃ。
not to mention what it would do to their
取引成立じゃん。
2,000 people just not show up to work for 10 years. There isn't an element of scattered ships. While it's exaggeration, it's worth noting, is as he said, the ship
取引成立じゃん。
cities, including places that have been wiped out in half. He doesn't do nice and evil, and even misses out of trouble. But it's not just intentional. It's this in turn has led some scholars to target accurate. It may not be as totally high as overall, or might not have tested for as long, but they could apply it to represent the significant disruption as an even fun and help contribute to the small novel efforts. But why would it last for so long? You'll probably remember mentioning my city, Agamemnon's hometown, and when it talks about his strong walls or wealth.
毎度ありじゃ。
The walls of Mycenae
Dozo.
were so huge that there would be the term Cyclopean from. The walls were built out of giant boulders, and the later Greeks thought that they could be built by Cyclops, or how Hercules never have lived in them. And since siege technology didn't quite live up to wall technology, really the only way to contain one is massive fortified cities.
いってらっしゃい。
And since the Greeks were never able to circle and cut it off at sea, the siege could go on. And even though Homer never mentioned, there's one last thing I'm sure you. What the heck was the Trojan horse? Well, I'll tell you. Just kidding, we never did. But there's some really interesting conjecture. Also, maybe we really there's a theory out there that says it was actually one of the first modern batteries.
最高。
Interesting thing is that it represented Poseidon, because amongst other things, Poseidon was the god of horses and was called and violence. And you know the one other things he represented. Yeah, Poseidon was also the god of horses, and so it alternate theory said the Trojan horse represented Earth and knocked some of the walls down and let the Greeks annihilate them. Most likely, the truth of the Battle of Troy is lost to witnesses in history. But the myth of this battle does provide us with an insight. And it reminds us when studying history,
覚えたわ。
this myth and because maybe history and have more middle ground, the original follow. I'm not gonna lie, I've been in bed of science so I could Troy since it was first announced. And with
あ
this being the
ま
first
た来
time,
たな。
the series is set in the Bronze Age Mediterranean, exploring
はいはい。朝までお休みだね。なになに？あのさ。
Bruh, that's slavery.
頑張れよ。おお、お主たちか。よく来たの。
Girl casually contemplating fucking slavery.